it's Kezzie over here from KezziesCorner and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kezia and this is the corner where I share all my love for makeup, beauty and all that jazz. So if you want to see more, I would love it if you would join our lovely corner. And I say our because like a family thing going on. It's not just mine, but it's our basically. I just wish to say thank you to everyone who are returning and coming back to watch yet another video of mine. I truly appreciate your time and value your presence so much. So today's video is going to be all about my eyeshadow palettes part 2, which is a tag that has been created by Allie and Samantha, who are two YouTubers over here who I absolutely genuinely love. I mean, yes, they influenced me to love certain makeup products, which would influence me then to buy it, and I am doing a makeup no buy. If you want to check that video out, you can do so. So I need to be very careful when watching their videos because this girl is very tempted very easily. So but yeah, I love them. Their recent video wasn't actually a tempting video. In fact, it actually influenced me, or more than influenced me, motivated me to film this video. I actually had seen they had come out with this like tag where they would ask a number of questions all about the eyeshadow palettes in their collection last year, or I think yes, last year, which was the part 1, and I never got around to doing it. Whoopsies, but I wanted to, but I didn't. I was like, I saw it this year, I saw the part 2, and I was like looking over the questions. I'm like, oh my god, these are really cool questions to basically reflect on your eyeshadow palettes and see which palettes would answer which questions. So here I am doing it today, and I hope that you enjoy it so much. So hopefully you will. If you want to see my responses to the all my eyeshadow palettes collection tag thing part 2, then keep on watching. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. So let's begin. So basically grab a hot chocolate because basically it's so cold here in Malta, like we are not prepared for this kind of weather. So the first question is my all-time favorite eyeshadow palette, and that is this one right here. So this one is the Tartelette in Bloom eyeshadow palette, and this is beautiful, and the packaging is the most gorgeous packaging that I have, I think, as an eyeshadow palette in my collection. It looks so luxurious. Look at the front. And then look at the back, ignore all my fingerprints. This is the palette from the inside. It's a very basic palette when you kind of look at it. However, it is absolutely stunning. All you need to do is you basically need to just grab a matte shade, and then you just grab a shimmer shade and you're good to go. And this shimmer shade, which is called Funny Girl, oh my days, let me swatch it for you because it is a pretty highlight base shade. A very beautiful shimmer shade, like a gold. I know, it's like a really basic palette, but it's my all-time favorite because I can just, you know, grab it and I'll like do a natural look, a going out look. Whilst preparing for this video, I actually googled sort of how long ago has this eyeshadow palette been released, because I remember it has been a while ago. And I don't remember exactly when I bought it, but I checked when it was released, and it was actually released in spring 2016. So that was a while ago. But I don't care because I still like it. The next question with regards to my eyeshadow palettes is the new favorite eyeshadow palette. I was like sifting, looking is a better word, looking through my eyeshadow palettes and from the newer ones, and I must say, like, this is the one that I picked. Now this one is the Carnival The Antidote palette from the Be Perfect Cosmetics Stacey Marie collection. This is one of their newest ones, and it has been released probably, I would say, around September, I think, because I got this as a gift from Luke in my last birthday. Luke actually, he will make an appearance in further questions, but I will talk about that later. He sponsored some of this, so thank you, Luke. Love you. He won't watch this because he never watches my videos, which is so annoying. But yeah, this is the packaging from the outside. It's actually a really massive, like as you can see, it covers my face, palette. This is the back of it. Kind of like looked at my new palettes and I was like, okay, which one is my favorite? And I think this is the one. It has a number of shades. You are literally spoiled for choice over here. This is really not good for those people who aren't able to make a decision. Sometimes me. Quality of their shades, of their mattes, of their shimmers, so beautiful. Silver shade, oh, so stunning. Like the shimmers of this palette is absolutely beautiful. This matches my cardigan. Like the shades on like from here to down here, they're more out of my comfort zone, so I do tend to obviously have to be a bit more creative with this. I love how they also incorporated like these natural looking everyday shades. So yeah, very happy with this one. So the next question is basically an eyeshadow palette that you keep for the memories. And so I was looking at all my palettes, and I do believe that this is the one that I would keep just for the memories, but I would still use it because it's a really gorgeous palette nonetheless. And that one is the Huda Beauty, the Desert Dusk palette. This was actually my first ever Huda Beauty palette ever, basically. I think before this one, only the rose gold one was actually released, and I had not bought that one. But this one was the first one that I had owned from them. I'll just show you the palette and then I'll just tell you the story. This is the palette. This is from the outside, and that's just the back with some information. And then this is what the palette looks like from the inside. It's a truly, truly beautiful palette, and it has some beautiful shades. The glitters are so buttery, and the mattes are so beautifully blended out. The twilight shade is absolutely beautiful. Like that is really, really like a pretty lilac basically. Basically, I chose this as the keep for the memories because this was the palette I actually received for my birthday from Luke. Again, Luke makes a present in September 2017 because that is when this was released. And in September 2017 I was actually in Sterling, so this was the gift I had received, and obviously he was in Malta and I was there, so we were doing the long distance and all that, and it was hard. But what was even harder was that that week was a very hard week for me. It was a very difficult week. I was kind of in between of what masters should I do. I had applied for the Sterling Masters, which had already started, but then I had also applied for the Maltese Masters of becoming a psychologist. But that week is the week I think I found out, that I was actually rejected from the masters, and it was kind of a heartbreak. It's not to say that I wasn't happy in Sterling, but at that moment, because obviously things have changed since then, but at that moment I didn't think that then I would make it as a psychologist eventually. I'm still awaiting warrant, basically. I'm still working for my warrant, but I'm so much better than how I was in 2017. Back then I was like, oh my god, I'm never gonna make it, and like the rejection at that point hurt so much that, oh my goodness. Like, I'm not going to say that obviously my roommates weren't amazing because they were so supportive, but you know, being there, being on your own, you just want a hug, you know, from your family or from your boyfriend, and you know, they weren't there, so it was hard. It was hard. I mean, I did like a week, and then I sort of, you know, started processing, obviously. And again, looking at this now, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm so grateful for that rejection today, because I wouldn't be doing what I am doing today. So like now I can actually appreciate the rejection. But obviously back then you couldn't. So this is what this reminds me of. It's all good, basically. It's all good, you know, and it's so important, guys. Just because you think that there's like a straight line to getting something, to getting your wishes, to getting your dreams come true, it doesn't mean that you only have to pass from that straight line, because there's so many other paths that you can go through to get that end goal. And maybe the longer path you would appreciate it more, as in like in my situation, I definitely do. I am so grateful for the no that I received in 2017, because I wouldn't be doing what I am doing today. Moving on. Next question is the underrated eyeshadow palette in my collection. And I would say it would be this very one. This is the Chillin' in Chicago from BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. And I absolutely love this palette. I mean, the packaging of it is so adorable. It is so cute, so fun, so playful. This is the palette from the inside, as you can see. When I was doing my project pan last year, I actually did create some pans in my collection. I'm so proud of myself. These are the shades, and this is such a beautiful palette. I mean, the shimmer shades are so beautiful. They glide on so beautifully, and they're not heavy at all, you know, they're not chunky. I mean, this is the shimmer shade I absolutely love, the Millennium one, but I also love Lake View, which are these two right here. They're absolutely lovely. This is Millennium and this is the Lake View, and they're absolutely such beautiful shimmers, and even the mattes are so beautiful. And I would say that this is so underrated, because I actually googled this as well, and released actually in August 2020, and I was like, what? I was like, I really thought that actually it was released last year because I actually found this randomly. Here's a confession of a shopaholic. I was scrolling through Beauty Bay last year, and you know, as you do, when you're bored or when you're sad or when you're down or something like that, found this palette and I was like, oh, how cute. I was like, let me get it. And that's the only reason how I bought it. And I bought this last year and actually thought it was released last year. I think it was about spring, summer or something like that. So it actually released a year before, and so you can see how underrated it is, like the perfect palette for this underrated question, I feel. I've also been reading about how BH Cosmetics have filed for bankruptcy. Like, what's going on there? Like, their monopoly has failed, because that's the only like time I would use the word bankruptcy. Monopoly, I wouldn't want to use it in real life, so yeah. The next question is not my favorite, but can't get rid of it, and that would be this one right here, unfortunately. So this is the I Heart Revolution, the Elf book collection palette, where you would have like all the different palettes, you know? I've done a video on this and you will see, you will be able to basically recognize as to why I don't like this palette. Like, I really appreciate the fact that they obviously did something different and something cute. I mean, for Christmas, it does make sense, but it's so annoying to use, number one, because of the bulkiness that it is. That has come in. I wouldn't be able to use, example, a shade from here and a shade from here, like, because I would need to switch up. The packaging doesn't make it efficient for you guys. Quality of the shadows in here are not the best, and I'm surprised because I absolutely love their I Heart Revolution chocolate palettes. Actually, on my eyes, I actually have an eyeshadow palette from I Heart Revolution, which I will be talking to you about soon. So, like, that quality is so different to this one. I can't understand why they would do it in a different quality. I wouldn't get rid of it because it's Elf, and Elf is a classic. I don't have to explain anymore, basically. The next question is looking at your eyeshadow palettes and seeing what was your favorite collaboration. My favorite collaboration has, or will always be, I think, one that Revolution did with Soph. Soph is a YouTuber and she's absolutely beautiful. She creates beautiful makeup looks. Absolutely love following her. She's so genuine, down to earth, and absolutely love her. I couldn't just not like name like this as my favorite collab because I feel like this is it. And she created 3 palettes, so I kind of couldn't choose between the 3. These were released all in different years. So this was actually released in September 2017, and I actually got this from Sterling. So this is what a palette I actually got in Sterling, and actually I have a video testing this out while I was actually in Sterling. I'll link it down below if you want to watch it because it's like a really old video. I don't like the packaging of the first one because it is a bit annoying to open, but I just love it. Look how cute the shades are. They're absolutely beautiful. Absolutely still love going into it because it's such a good palette. And then this one was released a year later in June 2018, and this one is the Extra Spice palette. Is the palette of the packaging, so the packaging was different then. This one has more color to it. It has like sunset vibes going to it, and she also added this green, which is absolutely stunning. But yeah, the quality of these shades, oh my goodness, best quality from Revolution by far, honestly. I believe last year in May 2021 she actually released the last one, and this one was actually called Super Spice Shadow Palette. This is the one right here, and I think that has the simplest of packaging, but it's absolutely stunning. And then these are the shades. You like it, and I love how she has like that black and white. You can make the other shades either darker or lighter. It's just such a beautiful palette, and the shimmers of it are so cute as well. We have this one which is called Mirror Ball. We have this one which is called Dreamy. So you have such a variety. I think the 3 of them have such a variety of colors. Every time she creates an eyeshadow palette, it's another level. The next palette is the new favorite for 2021. This would be the one that I would pick. This one is a Tartelette Juicy, again from Tarte. I know that this was actually released later on in the year. I actually purchased this later on in the year, like at the end of the year, but I took this with me to Paris and I fell in love with it, and I also had used it again about 4 times before that as well, and I absolutely love this. I mean, ignoring the fact that it has pink shadows, which I am biased towards, again, the packaging is absolutely stunning. This is the palette from the inside. I mean, this is such a beautiful palette, and you know, with Valentine's Day coming up, this is the palette I would use if I would be going out for Valentine's Day, but probably we're not because we're saving for life. So absolutely stunning. I mean, it has like the pinks, it has like some browns over here that you could use at your outer corner. It has some beautiful shimmer shades as well. Interestingly enough, I was doing some research and I found that this was actually released earlier on in the year and it had more shades to it, but then it was re-released at the summer and they only reduced it to 12 shades. And to be honest, I kind of like the selection that they chose, and I don't feel that as a palette I would need more, and it's actually perfect for traveling too. I mean, I did Paris with this. Like, you came with me to Paris, beautiful. So you have a Paris memory now, so yeah. So the next palette is the one with the question didn't expect to love, and that would be this one right here. This is Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl. This was the newest of their Christmas collection. There was so much like talk about this. I mean, like, I understand the talk behind it. The packaging is cute as always because it's Too Faced and it's just so pretty. Then the inside, I understand that sort of the shades are very similar to previous palettes, so I get that, I really do. And I did get concerned that I would get bored out of this, but I honestly genuinely didn't, because the quality of the shades is absolutely stunning. And you know, when I use it, I just completely fell in love. I really got worried because I thought, oh no, what if I bought it just to collect it like I normally do basically? And no, when I used it, I mean, look at this, look at the shade. This one is called Sticky Fingers, and fun fact, we actually have a restaurant called Sticky Fingers in Malta which do very good burgers, and this is the shade. I mean, look at that pigmentation. It's absolutely stunning. Next palette is a palette that sparks joy, and this is the palette I was talking about, which I have on my eyes today. This is the I Heart Revolution Tasty Marshmallow Wonderland palette. Number one, the packaging. I mean, I think even just by looking at the packaging, it sparks joy for me, honestly. I mean, look at that, so cute. It is just adorable. I love the Tasty collection from I Heart Revolution. I love collecting them all. These will probably be a very bad trigger to my makeup no buy, because I would want to buy them. So if I open my computer and I see something new, I need to turn off my computer and go out for a jog, because I cannot collect them all like the Pokemon things, you know? Can't catch them all. Now, look at the inside of this palette. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so cute. So pretty. So girly as well. So like joyous in my opinion. And this is the palette I have on today. I absolutely love the shades. I love the pinks. You know, I love pink. I love the color of the outer packaging as well. On camera it's looking pink, but in reality it's actually lilac. The next question is the newest palette to my collection, and this could actually be the last palette for the time being because of the makeup no buy. It's this one right here from Colourpop. It's so cute. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This is my newest palette in my collection, and again, this was my Christmas present from Luke, but what happens is that Colourpop actually takes so long to ship to Malta, so I actually received it like in January, but it's fine. Packaging of this palette is absolutely adorable, and no matter what season you're gonna be, even if it's not Christmas, you're going to love it, I swear. Those shades are stunning, and again, you don't have to use these shades for Christmas. You can use them for all year round. Look how pigmented. Like, I just swatched that brown shade, which is called Beauty Santa, one right there, and it's absolutely like a very deep brown shade, but absolutely, oh my god, I really love this palette, and I'm so happy that it has been added to my collection. The last and final question for this tag of all my eyeshadow palettes part 2 is the first eyeshadow palette that I used for 2022, and that would be this one that was actually going to just fall off the box, and this one is the I Heart Revolution the Golden Bar palette. This was actually released January 2017. So technically my Tartelette in the Bloom is the oldest palette I have mentioned in this tag. I'll tell you why I'm actually like obviously loving this palette again, and why did I choose to use it. Because one of my tips for my makeup no buy and supporting me through it all is by actually using up and re-loving and loving basically my makeup that I already own. You know, so that will help me and support me in not buying more makeup. That's what I'm trying to do, and I kind of reached for this one again, and I forgot what a good quality palette this is. I Heart Revolution were always so impressive, and oh my days, they are so pretty, and I've used this for work, and I've created some couple looks as well. Go on my Instagram because I always post stories about over there. Really love this palette. It's something so simple, but this Skanta, like the shades are beautiful. Like really, the shades are beautiful. It's like sometimes I switch into Maltese. The quality of the shades are really good as well. Newer ones are slightly better, but this one is still performed really well. That is the last palette that I'm going to be talking about for today in my makeup tag. Oh my god. Do you remember when they used to come like this? That was today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed listening to me answering the questions of the All About Eyeshadow Palette Part 2 tag. Let me know in the comments down below maybe what your favorite eyeshadow palettes were, your first eyeshadow palette that you used this year. Any questions that you wish to answer to, let me know in the comments down below. And if you do this video as well, do let me know, and I would love to check it out as well. If you enjoyed it, if you like it, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, then press subscribe. I'm gonna love you now, and I'm gonna leave now because I'm tired. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!